The newest Demon Slayer film is dropping this week, which means there's no better time for a Zenitsu SH Figuarts release. Seriously, because bro's about to mess some stuff up in the movie, so I was definitely excited to get this guy in hand. And I gotta say, I have been enjoying it. But he does have one major issue: his price. He literally costs over double of what Tanjiro did, and that ain't right because it's pretty much the same figure. Well, not fully, as there is a new element to this guy that Tanjiro didn't have, but is it enough to justify the price? Let's find out. But first, let's look at the packaging. It's a really clean one. Very bright and yellow, just how Zenitsu is, and will definitely stand out if you're an inbox collector. Then, it has a big window in the box that shows off the figure well, and on the window it has its name in a cool font. Then, here's the top of the box, here's each side of it, here's the bottom, and here's the back of the box, showcasing the figure fully. Overall, the box is clean and I like it, so let's now take a look at the figure. As mentioned earlier, I have been enjoying this release as it's pretty fun to mess around with, but of course, there are some things that I'm not a fan of. So let's first talk about how he looks. I think he looks great, and out of all the options for a Zenitsu figure, this one has the best likeness to me. The proportions are good, like he isn't skinny like the Figma or chunky like the Buzz mod. He's just right, so that's good. And I've actually caught myself many times just picking him up and looking at him just because he's such an eye-catcher of a figure. Huge part of this is the coloring and detailing on him. Like, his hair looks nice and is sculpted to look just how it should. His shirt then has some little detailing on it, such as buttons and wrinkles and stuff, that look fine. His pants are bigger and baggy, how they are supposed to be. Looks good, but he does have some mold break-off marks that don't look good. Then his ankle boot area looks nice and is painted well. Now for the Hori. First off, I want to say, I don't think it's that bad looking, because they did do a great job with the coloring and printing on it, as it matches the design from the series wonderfully. And I think they did the best they could to make it look good being plastic. Like, yeah, we can see that there's many cuts and stuff in it, but that is expected so that we can articulate the figure well. Though, I will say, it is pretty ugly from the back, which definitely isn't good, and I would like to see this look better. And of course, none of these cuts and things would be an issue if the Hori was caught, and I seriously don't see why they won't. Like, SH Figuarts Itachi and Ace retail around the same price as this figure and have cloth goods, so it's like, why can't this guy get it? Just ain't adding up. At least the plastic Horis aren't the worst and do have good paintwork and printing on them, though the cuts and stuff definitely aren't ideal. But I can't say I hate the way this guy looks with the plastic Hori, as he still looks really damn good in my opinion with it. So let's now move on to his accessories. Zenitsu comes with a good selection of accessories, but they aren't enough to justify his price. He first comes with 5 interchangeable faceplates. He comes with a neutral like worried face, a happy face, a scared face, and I like this one a lot because Zenitsu is like always scared, and I also like the little detail like the tears and stuff on the face. Then he comes with a locked in face and an eyes closed face. Great selection of faces for Zenitsu, and all look fantastic as the likeness and paint application is great. Then he just so happens to come with another faceplate, and it's for Tanjiro. It's pretty goofy, and I like it, since Demon Slayer has its goofy movements, so I'm happy Tanjiro has a goofy face now. Then, moving on to the hands, he comes with 9 interchangeable hands. He has 2 fisted hands, 2 open relaxed hands, 2 open expression hands, 2 sword holding hands, and 1 sheath holding hand. Great selection for the hands as well. Then he comes with a sword, it looks awesome. The paintwork and detailing is beautiful on it, another great job there. Also, to put it in his hands, take this bottom hilt piece off, slide the sword in his hand, and then reconnect this piece. Just figured I'd mention that because it didn't look like it would come off, but it does. Oh, and make sure to pop the hilt from the sheath when you use the sword. And that's it for the accessories. Honestly, I do enjoy the selection he has, but for the retail price of this figure, he should come with effects, like some lightning. Because, I mean, that's his thing, and SHF Killa comes with some, and he's a decent bit cheaper than this figure. So once again, it's like, what's up? If this guy was the same price as Tanjiro, or maybe even like $5 to $10 more, it wouldn't be such an issue. But he's not, so it is. So yeah, pretty much the accessories are a good selection, but for his price, he definitely needs more. But enough of that, let's talk about his articulation. I think his articulation is great, as he hits cool, deep, dynamic poses pretty easily and smoothly, but only a few minor areas that aren't ideal. To begin with, he can look up about this far, not crazy, but not the worst. Then he can look pretty far downwards, look side to side fine, and gets all around tilt, which is nice. Moving on to his shoulders, they go up really far, and that's nice, but it does look sorta unnatural with how everything is set up. At least the range is good. Then he has a butterfly joint, it allows arms to wiggle around, and allows arms to fully cross over one another going forwards as well as backwards. Then there's rotation at the shoulder. He is a bicep swivel, though it doesn't ever want to move when I try to use it, as it primarily just rotates at the shoulder. Then he has elbows to get a good amount of bend and can rotate. Inside the sleeve, the forearms will go around some, and then he has good wrist articulation. At the torso, it's like how they've been doing in this line where it can pop up and stuff. It allows for this much forward crunch, which isn't bad, but the gap edge on the back is. Then it can lean this far backwards, and oof. Yeah, that gap edge ain't pretty, so probably won't ever use the backwards crunch in this capacity. It then gets good side-to-side motion until all around. The waist can rotate, tilt a tiny bit, and crunch forwards and backwards a little bit. Also, here's the overall crunch of the figure. Then, the bottom of the Zahori is articulated so you can move it up and down and stuff, so that's cool. Though some of this stuff doesn't look good, and cloth goods would definitely be better as we wouldn't be getting none of this. Also, while we're looking at like the back of the figure, I was looking at the cuts and stuff. The ones on the back of the torso don't make sense to me because of why are they cut? Seriously, they serve no purpose. Maybe they did it to go with the flow of the bottom being all cut up. Has to be the only reason, because there's no reason for it to be cut up like this since there's no movement with them. Maybe they were trying to do what they did with Akaza and backed off? I don't know though, y'all let me know what y'all think's up. But moving on to the legs, like Akaza, he has like this hip slip joint thing, so the legs kick really far upwards, and I do love this range. They can go this far backwards and then go all the way outwards. He has a thigh swivel, single joint knees to get great range, and a joint at the calf, then go forwards and backwards some, which can assist with the knee bend. Then he has great ankle articulation as they can go up and down fine, rotate and get a fantastic ankle rocker, and lastly, he has a toe joint. So overall, I like the articulation on this figure and I do think it's great, and can hit some insanely deep poses, which is nice. And speaking of poses, let's pose him up next to some other figures. First, here he is next to SH Figuarts Tanjiro. They look great next to each other and I've really enjoyed posing them together, especially with the goofy faces. Then, here he is next to Figma Zenitsu. Size difference is sorta crazy. I prefer the SHF's look and articulation more, but the Figma did have some effects which were sick. But y'all tell me which one y'all like more. Then, here he is next to SH Figuarts Akaza. Here he is next to Figma Rengoku. Here he is next to Buzz Montingen. Here he is next to SH Figuarts Luffy and Zoro. Here he is next to Gon and Killua. Here he is next to SHF Sakamoto. Here he is next to Team Gojo. Here he is next to Demonical Fate Goku. And lastly, here he is next to Storm Collectibles Yujiro. So overall, I do think this is a great figure and has been really fun playing around with, and is my definitive Zenitsu action figure. Once I commit to buying some cloth goods for him, he will be even better. Though I can't say the plastic one ruins this figure, as it doesn't to me. But we all know that a cloth goods one would make him next level. Now, sadly, despite being great to me, I do not think he's worth the price. It just doesn't make sense that he costs more than other SHFs, but doesn't A, have cloth goods, and B, special effect pieces. Seriously, it's lame. This guy's pretty much the same as Tanjiro, so I feel like if he costs like $30 less, it'd be a much more fair release. But he doesn't, so I gotta say, he's not worth the price. Which sucks because he is a really fun figure in my opinion, and is my favorite in this line so far. So I guess if you're a Zenitsu or a Demon Slayer fan and don't mind breaking the bank on this guy, go for it, so I think you'll enjoy it. He might still be on Hobby Genki and I'll link it down below. And that's it for this one, guys. What do you guys think about this figure, and are these prices getting like too ridiculous? I think so. But yeah, thanks a bunch for watching, and I'll always appreciate the support you guys show. I'll see all y'all in the next one. Peace.